Good morning, everyone. This is Teresa Marsh. I'm your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from New Bern, North Carolina on the east coast of the United States. I am today coming to you via the great the great opportunity that technology gives us. This is not a live presentation today. My usual Thursday card class, I have to be somewhere else this Thursday. So I thought I'd pop on, make a video, and then play it for you on Thursday at 10 o'clock. So I hope to see you. I hope to see you in the comments. Hopefully I will be able to pop on and see folks while you're watching. I can't be in but one place at a time when I do that though. And since this is streaming to both Facebook and YouTube, I might not be the same place you are, so I might not see your comment. So we'll see how this works out. I love the fact that with a little bit of technology added in, I can take what's necessary for my family and whatnot and work it around any other schedule and whatnot. I love being able to do things my own timing, and so having a job like this really works out. So today, let's take a look at what we're going to be working on. We have, if you read the intro, I said we were going to work from a card sketch. So let me do this. Well, this is the impressions of bloom. But anyway, this is the card sketch. I'm going to adjust it a little bit. I'm using the Impressions of Bloom. The Impressions of Bloom, brand new, available now on the online exclusives. This is a really cool two-step stamp. You have the background and the detail, the background and the detail, the background and the detail for 3 different flowers, 2 different centers, and a leaf. I really like this. I'm going to make some adjustments in how we approach the card sketch. Let me show you. I was playing around, okay? So I was playing around with it and, did some of this. We don't have the cloud cover blue except in our Stampin' Right marker, but I was having trouble getting the Stampin' Right marker to like my stamp well enough to stick to it very far. But anyway, that's the general idea of where we're going. So we're going to use a card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Now I'm going to put this aside because we're not going to use this anytime soon. What we're going to do first is I'm going to cheat a little, and I'm going to put this piece right here is, what size is this? This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I'm going to cheat because there's a couple different things I need to do with this, and I'm going to put some repositionable tape down here. And I'm going to tape that card that piece right there. You'll see why in a minute. I guess I wouldn't have needed to, well, we won't go there. Can you tell I'm a little flustered? This is my second time starting this video. As soon as I hit start, the phone rang, and there's no way to hit pause when you're recording a live video. So, anyway, moving right along. I have my stamps already loaded onto some of the blocks here. So let's take a look. What I want first, this is strawberry slush. And for strawberry slush, I want this one and this one. Okay. So first, I want the strawberry slush. I'm going to pick up on my detailed stamp, and I'm going to put this strawberry slush flower right up here in the upper corner. And I put the detail first because for me it's easier once the detail is there. For me to see where to put. There we go. Where to put my background. You notice I stamped off. That's why I got this extra piece of paper out. Okay. Oh, that turned out really nicely. I like that. I like that. All right. The next one I want to do is going to be. I'm going to put that away for a minute. We're going to do some Timid Tiger. And Timid Tiger. Let's do this. I'm going to have to clean this puppy up when I'm done. So. Because I'm going to use this two different ones. Timid Tiger there. And where is my Don't you love that squeaky noise? And Timid Tiger here. And I just turn that every which way, so I don't have any idea. I don't have any idea which way I got this to go. Okay. I see my threesome. There's a little threesome of leaves on this one, of petals on this one. There we go. So see there? They're not as hard to do as you might think. Alrighty. So there's the Timid Tiger. I'm going to do another one of these using the Darling Duckling, which is also one of the new colors. Okay. So I washed that really good, and it's had a chance to dry. So let's get this Darling Duckling in our. I do declare, I get messy sometimes. Anyway, this is Darling Duckling. We're going to put Darling Duckling over here. All right. Then we're going to stamp off. We're going to put Darling Duckling and stamp off. And where's our threesome? I see our threesome. And it's right here. Uh-oh. I might have to get my head in the middle of everything. There we go. Had to lean forward and head over and all that good stuff. Okay, that's not bad at all. All right. So that's 3 of them. Now, I could just do 3. Oh my goodness, I think I just put that one too close to the middle. Let me see what kind of, because I'm going to have to cut these out later. Okay, there's that. That line can go there. And then another line can go right about there. Okay, we can do this. We can make this work. We can make this work. It won't be like the first one, but oh well, it is what it is, right? Now, I have, where is it? Here it is. Here's the blue we're going to try. Okay, we're going to try with the blue. This is the cloud cover. This is a, I'm using everything except Secret C today. Well, no, I'm going to use Secret C for the sentiment. That's what I will do. All right. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to use my marker here. And I'm going to dab it on here because it's a relatively new photopolymer stamp, and so getting my marker to really stick to it. I tried treating it ahead of time by using one of those erasers on it, but it just didn't do what I thought it needed to do. But anyway, it is what it is, right? So we're going to put this one down here. All right, that's my detail on the blue. Now I'm going to put it on the cloud cover. I should have done this Secret C. That would have shown up for sure, but it would be so dark, wouldn't it? I can get it to put ink on there, but I can't get it to spread even on there very well. And I hesitate to stamp it off because, my goodness gracious. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Maybe not the best, but when I pop it up, when I give this card a little bit of a boost, that might improve the look of that. We'll see. Now I'm going to take some Granny Apple Green and my stem, and we're going to create some flow. Okay. So wash that off. Clean that off. Now, wrong one. This is what I want. Here are my leaves. We're going to put a leaf here. We're going to put a leaf here. I think I have 3 leaves I can play with. Let's put a leaf here. Now we're going to turn this over because I have that was the detailed one, and this is the solid one. Color behind that. Color behind that one. And some color behind that one. There you go. You've got not counting that one. That one didn't go as well. See how you got 2-step stamps, and it wasn't that hard to do the 2 steps. So you've got excuse me. You've got some good texture showing there. Now I'm going to pull some Daffodil Delight because I need some centers in those flowers. I'm going to go first with my big one. There's the center with detail. There's the center color. Didn't come off very well. There's my large flower center. Here's my small flower center, smaller flower center. Here is Daffodil Delight, detail, Daffodil Delight. So you've got just enough difference between the Darling Duckling and the Daffodil Delight that they really do show up differently there, and that's awesome. Detail in my Timid Tiger. Solid in my Timid Tiger. And so there's my Daffodil Delight centers. Oops. And here again. We're going to do the Daffodil Delight again. Solid, center, and then solid. All right. I forgot to stamp that off, so once again, we're seeing that Teresa's aim at perfection hasn't made it yet. So, it goes to show you, we don't have to get it all right, right? All right. Now I'm going to take this off of here. This is my worksheet here. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this. I'm going to try to miss those flowers as best I can. I can cut through a stem just fine. So we're going to cut there for the upwards. And we're going to keep all of it together. And cut it up. There we go. Cut it there, crossways. That might be a little square, but oh well. The reason we cut this piece as small as we did was because we were going to cut it up, and we wanted to have some. We wanted to have some border to leave open in between. I'm using Timid Tiger for the card base. All right. Now I'm going to start with the largest one. I'm having a hard time with my hands today, so I'm going to use this glue rubber. This really helps me to be able to do what I need to do. So I'm going to leave a bit of a border there on the outside. And I'm going to leave the same outside border when I put this other upper piece on. All right. I really didn't want this bottom piece to be so squared off like that, but that's what I get for forgetting to leave enough room, right? So we're going to go there. And, well, I almost didn't get anything on this one. Okay. There's one of my favorites here. Okay. Coming across that that way. It doesn't look so good, but oh well. Watch what I'll do with this. I can make that work. Wait a minute. Put that right back on. Because I didn't get it to stand out. Now, we're going to use the thanks out of this. Here we go. And we're going to make this a thank you card. Let me see here. Thanks. All right. I know. I just got a piece of white out. You find yourself losing things right under your hand. Did you see where I put it? Well, like that. Yeah, that's nice. Now I'm going to use Secret C just because I can. I know it's not going to go with what we're doing here, is it? But it's the last of the colors. Oh, that is so cool. I like that color. Oh my goodness, that color's nice. I think I'm going to do another bit as well. For being there. Now this has not been preconditioned. That piece has not been preconditioned. Oh, it did fine. Okay. Clean. And then we're going to just clip this Secret C. That is so pretty. It is not as dark as you might think it is. So we're going to cut this at an angle, just like that. Because that needs to go up here. To cover up a blooper up there. And this can go right here. Maybe I should have put that on a different piece. Maybe I should put that on a piece of Darling Duckling. Yes, I think I should. See, I just am not. White's not going to work very well. But boy, look at that. I have got me some Secret C on my finger. All right. Let's just take a half-inch piece. That's my head. A little bit bigger than a half inch. Put that where I can find it again. I hope I made that wide enough. Let's try this again. Secret C. I want to do something a little different here than we might usually do. Anyway, there's Secret C. We're going to do thanks. That works well. For being there. Nope, that's not very straight. Let's try this again. That's better. Okay. Thanks. for being there. We're going to put this on some dimensionals. We're going to use See, I thought I had it all straightened out here, and I don't. Here we go. Going to put a couple dimensionals on each one of these. Now I have been playing with this all day. Trying to decide how I want to do this. And you would think I would have gotten it straight by now. But you know, I get an idea and then another idea, and something goes this way, and something goes that way, and it's like, okay, which one is that one? Thanks. This thanks is going to go right here. Oh my goodness, it has to go down a little bit. Oh my goodness. It's going to go there. Thanks. And this is going to go right here. For being there. So that way my stems that don't match up very well don't show up as much. How's that? Okay. And there's the card basically. All right. But we're going to dress it up just a little bit. Right there. As I was playing with these today, I also did the dies. How about we pop up our flowers a little bit and look at that. Look at the detail on those dies. Okay, hold on. Can you see the cuts in it? Can you see the cuts in it? So cool. So I got my pink, my strawberry slush. I got my timid tiger. I got my darling duckling. And I actually got my cloud cover to do a little bit better on that one. So that's why I wasn't too worried about when this one didn't do what I wanted it to do. Quite. So we're gonna turn these over. And just put one dimensional on the back of the smaller ones. We might put one dimensional on the back of the larger ones. All right. I think a large dimensional in the middle of that one is enough. I know a large dimensional in the middle of that one is enough. And one here, we'll do that, and we're going to put a couple on this one. Put one there, and one there. Okay. Alrighty, where's my threesome? Okay, there's my threesome. Okay, there's our little bit more to our flower. All right. There's our cloud cover flower. See, that adds so much more dimension. All right. Is this our threesome? No. Wait a minute. There's my threesome. That's my biggest problem when it comes to two-step stamping. Is that sometimes I have a challenge getting it to match up. But they're really good at always making sure they give you one piece that's just a little different. I just have to take note of it is all. My problem is that I get in a hurry. And There we go. Is that not even just a little bit better with that extra height to it? Now let me show you one of my favorite things about the new In Colors too. The In Color flat pearls. Are these not awesome? Look at those. They are so beautiful. They are so beautiful. Now I could go Timid Tiger and pull them into the middle a little bit. I could go any way I wanted to, really. What do you think? The Secret Sea are really pretty, but I can't add more Secret Sea to the front of that. I think Timid Tiger is probably, look, there's 3 different sizes. Small, medium, and large. Oh, that's cool. All right. Let's put a large Timid Tiger up here. A medium Timid Tiger. Well, it's not one to pick up. There we go. Over here. And a small Timid Tiger down here. There we go. Thanks for being there. Now, one of the things I often like to do when I'm working with a card with you, sharing with you, is I like to put an inside sentiment as well. And this set's got a really nice one. It also would serve well as a front sentiment, you know, a sentiment on the front. And this one says, let me see if I can find a, here we go, about oversized. I appreciate you. That's what that says. Can you see that? I appreciate you. So we're going to put our 3.5 by 5. You know, if you cut your inside white pieces at 3.5 by 5, you can get 5 of them out of a sheet of basic white paper instead of just 4. I learned that trick from Ron Wade. And with paper going up every day, being able to get a little bit more mileage out of each package is good. Let's see. We did these in Secret Sea. So I could justify using Secret Sea on the inside. Or I could go with Timid Tiger. I think I'm going to do Secret Sea. Even though there's no Secret Sea on the inside, it's got such a pretty crisp look to it. I'm not using the Stampin' Pierce pad underneath this because this particular sheet right here is on a pad. So I have a pad of paper under here. There we go. I appreciate you. Thanks for being there. I appreciate you. Awesome. Okay. So that's our card for today. It's a thank you card. Thanks for being there. And like I said, we went from a flat design, which was not a bad start, but added the die cuts on top of it to dress it up and to take it up a notch. So wherever you are in your stamping journey, whether you need things to be really kind of simple and quick with just stamping and all that, that's fine. But as we get playing more and whatnot, close that Secret Sea. Okay. Again, we're using the Impressions of Bloom, which is an online exclusive. It's got some fantastic dies with it too. They're not all showing right here because when I taped together the flowers and the insides, when I had them posted taped together, I left them posted taped together and just taped them to this packaging. That might not be the smartest way to do it, but that's what I did. I'll find out later if I made a big boo-boo. And look, I've got all the stamps out of it already. But anyway, Impressions of Bloom, online exclusive is very, very, very useful and helpful. I did use the in-color cardstock. I prefer to buy when I've got new in-colors. I prefer to buy the assortment so that I can see the colors in person. I can play with them bit by bit. And as I find myself gravitating more than another, then I can buy more of that color. So. All right. If there's anything I can do to help you, if you need there we go. If you need a new catalog, new catalogs are out there. It's live. Yay! It's live. So if you need a catalog, if you're not already working with a demonstrator, I would be glad to get a catalog to you. Just drop me a note at Teresa.com and let me know you'd like a catalog. I'll be glad to send you one or bring you one if you're local. If you're interested in joining my team, I'd love to have you. We have a fantastic deal going right now. For May. For only $99, you can pick out $165 worth of product to go in your starter kit. There's no shipping on your starter kit, and they'll add to your starter kit plenty of other items that can be useful if you want to do this as a business. A lot of the women that work with me enjoy this just as a hobby. There's no requirement to do classes. There's no requirement for anything. You'll stay active as long as you purchase regularly, and if you don't purchase regularly, if you don't purchase or sell regularly, then you can let your distributorship you can let it lapse. But there's no penalty. It's just you'll get the discount as long as you're active. You can go inactive whenever you want to. So it's up to you. I love being able to get a discount. I love being able to connect with other women. This card is going to go out to somebody. And I'll tell you this, when I first started, or before I first started, I did not send cards. It was not something that I really did. And I found myself connecting better with other people. And that's something that God's really been doing in my life. Is helping me connect better with other women so that I can share things with them, and I can be an encouragement. I can encourage folks, and I can enjoy friendships and closer friendships. I've got friends all over the place that I never would have made had I not participating in. If I had not been participating in, there we go. If I had not been participating in Stampin' Up, I've made a lot of friends, and I've been blessed beyond measure. So I thank you for joining me today. And if there's anything, like I said, if there's anything you need from me, just drop me a note at Teresa at SassyStampingWithTeresa.com, and I'll be glad to get back to you. Have a good day, and remember, I love you, but God loves you even more. Have a fantastic day.